Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for having me. I'm David Jorba. I'm EVP and the Managing Director of TVU Networks in Europe. I don't know if you know our company. Hopefully, you do. We specialize on live transmissions from packs, distributing IP signals, remote production, and also we work a lot with artificial intelligence and we have some interesting workflows that go beyond transmission. I'm here to talk a bit about change and how we see it in our company and other companies and what we see in the current news and sports workflows. Our CEO always says we're going to change the way the world produces television. We really like that. We get very excited with it. We love the idea, but you got to start thinking about what are the needs of today media industry, right? So we ourselves define it in three major silos. The media industry needs today to produce more with less, not only more, but way more with less. So as we progress, you're seeing that it's not enough just to do several productions or to get a smaller OV band. We're actually to the point where we're doing cloud production and we're using artificial intelligence to accelerate the way we produce, right? From anywhere, anytime. So you can see all around IBC. How much portability is there, right? From transmission systems that are portable, the phones are already doing the contribution in many cases. And worry-free scalability, this is, I guess, thanks to AWS and other companies that gave us the chance to work anywhere and scale as we need. No? So those three things for us are some of the three milestones of where the industry is going and how can we improve their workflows. But this gets you to think and to worry and how to solve this. And there are three things that we do and others do that I'm sure can help you as well, that solve those needs of the media industry. And one is automation. I'm sure most of you have dealt with automation before. Automation, first thing it does, it reduces errors in the production, makes production easier, right? So you can produce more at the end. At the end, it's really about making a complex production much easier. If you add to automation AI-driven integrated workflows, then you have start getting a powerful solution. And I'll go through kind of a workflow that may be interesting for all of you. And then, of course, cloud and remote. So this automation of the production and how you bring in assets into your production center, how you automate the metadata that comes into the production center, how you use artificial intelligence to create a workflow where things go, when they have to go, and having all of that in the cloud and a remote environment where you can access from anywhere. Those are the keys of a lot of the news and sports production we're seeing today. So let's start with automation, just to give you a bit of an overview of how we do things, and others too, but that's at least our view. So today, we're looking at this. Getting, you have stories to cover, whether it's news or sports, and you assign these stories in the morning. So, technology today, you can just take those stories from the newsroom system and send, to the different transmitters, the transmitter packs or the phones. You send those stories to your journalists, right? And the cameramen or the journalists, they select the story once they're in the field, and they can. They can, once they receive the story, that story is assigned to something that's happening in the newsroom. So while you are, let's say I'm a cameraman, I select the story, and the moment I do that, everything I do on my filming with the camera, on my pack or my phone, it's getting coded for that story. So I generate a number of media IDs or clips or live transmissions that are connected to the story. So you have a story, you have media edits, clips that will relate to that story, and we start gathering metadata. So what we do with our systems, for example, is we gather metadata of location, who's shooting. We can add metadata in the field as well. So after you shoot something, you can directly on the phone or on the pack add metadata, right? So you start enriching your contribution. Then all of this, whether you use a pack, a phone, any of these transmission devices, gets back to your station, okay, gets back to your production center. And when we receive it in the production center, we add even more metadata, okay? So what we do today is, look at the video, analyze the video, and then we can generate different layers of metadata when the video arrives in real time. So we get story ID and videos that are related to that story, and then all the metadata that in our case comes from transcribing in real time. So we take all the whole dialogue and everything that you hear on the video, and we transcribe everything in real time, and we attach that to the metadata that came from the field. So now we have, we know what's the story, we know what it comes from, we know the metadata that comes from it was recorded, and now we know what the story says, right? We have all the context of the story because we have the dialogue in a text form, okay? And all this metadata and text is time coded as well, so we know who said what at what time. We can pick up a specific word and find it in the video, right? Then we also do face recognition and others too. And so what happens with face recognition, I mean, these are the standard engines that are out there. We are applying that to our systems and receivers. What you do with it is that then you can mix the face recognition with the transcription, and then you can start doing a search. So you can, from the newsroom system, from your media asset management, you can start searching for these assets and search for Trump saying something about Korea or about cycling, and the system will take you right into that frame, right? So it's not anymore bringing all this material and not knowing really what it says, when you put it under your media asset management. But ahead of time, when it's being ingested and when it's coming into your production center, we are already getting to know what it says, what it's worth for. I mean, what can we find in the video that is good for our news? So you can search for names, you can search for whatever is being said, right? So this equals to AI-driven integrated workflows where you are in your newsroom system and you can start writing a breaking news story, and automatically the system is going to suggest to you what feeds are coming in that are relate to that story. And it will also tell you which clips are already in the system that relate to the story, that have the person that you're talking to, that you're talking about. So down to the frame, so you will be able to find specific word, specific person within your media asset management environment. So this is part of what we're doing today, and that's our way of bringing out artificial intelligence into the contribution workflow. On top of that, we do remote and distributed production. And the tendency for us and others is these same devices that we use to bring in data and to bring in video content, we are using them to produce in the cloud. So typical scenario for us is to go from SNG to CNG, so cellular news gathering. So we use cellular phones for that, and then the phones go into the cloud, and we can edit in our cloud system and sit down in Starbucks and have a production control room. As long as you have Wi-Fi, you can be in your car, you can be in a Starbucks and producing the signal, producing a program. So this is a typical scenario for us for digital newspapers, for example, where they will have a group of three, two go with the phones, they cover an event, and then someone stays in the car, for example, with a laptop, is getting the two signals coming in into the cloud producer, mixing up everything, adding graphics, and we get multi-bit rate output to a CDN or to different, to Facebook Live. So you can do these micro productions on the fly, okay, with very little budget and actually with a lot of flexibility and scalability. So again, with this, we tried on our side to make sure we can produce way more with less. So bringing in all this metadata and content that it's time coded, we can do much more. We can slice the video better, faster, get our journalists, sports producers to get the material much faster, anywhere. I mean, we work from the cloud. All the information is accessible from anywhere, and of course with full scalability. So that's what we do. I mean, to give you an overview, but in our case, these are the three silos. From the acquisition side, remote production, and the sharing of that content. Right, we share instantly. Through our network, through the cloud, we can share any of the content instantly within less than a second. So these three are the three silos of production that we do and that relate to this AI workflow that I was talking about. So that's it. I don't think we have much time. You can see us at our booth if you have any time. You're probably tired by now. I am too. So if you have any questions? Probably not. Okay. All right. Thank you.